Please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Everybody, please respond to me, guys. All of you get my voice on screen. Am I audible? Yeah. Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think we are discussing about the differences between Java and others. In the differences between Java and others, just we completed some of the points like what C and C++ are static programming languages and Java is a dynamic programming language. Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. C and C++ are platform dependent, whereas Java is what? Platform independent programming languages. So these are the three differences can be understood clearly. After that, today we need to start with some other content. Okay, but before that, then any of you are new today, any of you are attending class first time, please take this URL. In this URL only, daily classroom notes is available for you. Right, sir? Any of you are new today, just you can take this URL. In this notes only, in this URL only, daily classroom notes is available for you. Every point I'm trying to note down, so you are able to get that note in our systems directly. Clear? Right, sir. So let us understand the last class content here. If you observe this last class content here, C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is a platform independent programming language. Right. If any programming language allows its applications to perform both compilation and execution in the same operating system, not on different operating systems, then that programming language is called a platform dependent programming language. Examples for this platform dependent programming languages are what? C and C++. Understand it clearly. Next one is, after that, if we compile a C program in Windows operating system, then the compiler will generate a .exe file that contains directly executable code, and it is having the local operating system representations, that is Windows operating system representations. Windows operating system representations. If you want to execute Windows represented .exe file, then we must use the same Windows operating system, because Windows represented .exe file must be executed under the same Windows operating system only. It is not possible to run Windows representations in any other operating system. That's the reason why we are going to say that C and C++ are what? Static programming languages. The diagrammatic view here are given there. Now try to recognize this. First we have taken C program that we compile on Windows operating system. Here we are getting .exe file. The .exe file nature is what there? .exe file contains directly executable code, and it is having the local operating system representations. That is what their Windows representations. That Windows represented .exe file will be provided to the C engine. If it is a Linux operating system, it is able to understand only Linux representations. But we are providing Windows representations. So there are some mismatches between the representations now. Due to that reason, program will not be executed. But if you want to execute our program, we should not provide Linux operating system. There we have to provide what their Windows operating system. So for compilation and for execution, in both the cases, we provided what their Windows operating system. Finally, we are getting output on what their from the C engine as per this Windows representations clearly. That means if we provide Windows representations for the Windows operating system for the execution, C engine is able to execute only Windows representations. Here we are providing Windows representations. So match is identified. When match is identified, automatically program will be executed. There we are able to get the output like what there. As per the program, we are able to get some output. This is what exactly the meaning of what there platform dependent programming languages. Leave this one. About this platform independent programming languages, first we are given some definition. What is the definition for it? No, if any programming language allows its applications to perform the compilation on one operating system and execution is on another operating system, then the programming language is called a platform independent programming language. It is called as what there? A platform independent programming language. Examples for platform independent programming languages are like what there? Java and Python. Java and Python. Right side. Observe carefully. If we compile a Java application in Windows operating system, then the compiler will generate .class files. In Java, it's very clear that before compilation .java, after compilation .class file. Only one type of file, .class file. Okay. Compiler will generate .class files. Then what is this .class file actually? .class files contains bytecode. .class files contains what code here? Bytecode. What is this bytecode actually? It is not directly executable code. Bytecode is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. It is not source code. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. And it is not having any operating system representations. And it is not having any of the operating system representations. Please recognize the point here, what I am telling you. So again, I'm telling you, try to recognize this. If we compile Java file in Windows operating system, any of the operating system, not only Windows operating system, use any operating system, that doesn't matter. .class file will be generated. When a .class files are generated, what the .class files are having there? The .class files are having bytecode. What is this bytecode? It is not directly executable code. It is what? An intermediate code. And it doesn't have any operating system representations, even though we compile our program on Windows operating system. Point is very clear. In the above context, please recognize this point here. In the above context, to execute neutral bytecode in any operating system, then the neutral bytecode must have the local operating system representations. Okay, neutral bytecode we are getting. But if you want to run it in any of the operating system, that bytecode must have the respective operating system representations. I want to execute neutral bytecode on Linux operating system. That bytecode must have Linux representations. I want to execute that bytecode on Mac operating system. That bytecode must have what there? Mac operating system, Mac representations. All of you observe carefully. So in this context, to make Java as a platform independent programming language, Sun Microsystems has provided converters. To execute our program there, we need to convert the program from neutral bytecode to local operating system represented bytecode. So to perform these conversions, Sun Microsystems has provided converters to convert the neutral bytecode to the local operating system representations. And simply speaking, converting that bytecode to the local operating system representations in the sense what their native code, we can identify this, the terminology, native code, bytecode and native code. Bytecode doesn't have any operating system representations. but a native code has the operating system representations. Bytecode is not directly executable code, but native code is directly executable code. That conversion skill we required clearly. Sun Microsystems has provided both the conversions and execution, both the conversions and execution in a single component. Sun Microsystems has provided conversions as well as execution in a single component. That single component is what their JVM. What is that JVM actually? Java Virtual Machine. Alright, sir. Now here we are giving some points. See this one. Not Java file here I have taken. Compilation here we performed on Windows operating system. Here we are getting what file here? No, dot class file here we are getting. Whenever we are getting dot class file, I want to execute this dot class file on Linux. I want to execute this dot class file on Solaris. I want to execute this dot class file on Mac. I want to execute the same dot class file on what there? Windows operating system. Understand it clearly. So, but if you want to run this dot class file on Linux now, this dot class file must have Linux representations. For converting neutral representation to Linux representation, here we have taken a converter. Here we have taken converter. This converter will take bytecode. It will convert that bytecode to the local operating system representations. That is what their native code. When native code is identified, the native code will be provided for the execution. Execution will be performed. Finally, we are able to get the output. Similarly, dot class file here we are using that I want to execute on Solaris operating system. But we require that bytecode with the Solaris representations. To convert the bytecode from its neutral representation to the Solaris representation, we need to go with what their converter. This converter will convert this bytecode to the Solaris represented bytecode that would be given to the execution process. Now execution process will generate some output. Same thing will be repeated over that Mac operating system and Windows operating system. This is a process here what I have given. Okay, fine. Sun Microsystems has provided conversion and execution both in a single device. The device name is what there? JVM. Then I've given some conclusions, try to understand it clearly. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. Because of JVMs only, Java is a platform independent programming language. But JVM is what their platform dependent component. JVM is what their platform dependent. Not only JVM, the total Java software is a platform dependent. Not only JVM, the total Java software is what their platform dependent. So these are the various points here we understood clearly. Right, after completion of this entire content here, next one is, here we need to go for one important interview question. That question is what there? What are the differences between .exe file and .class file? What are the difference between .exe file and .class file? Now here we have to understand the differences now. Right, sir, observe carefully. First of all, .exe files exist in C and C++, whereas .class files exist in Java. Point number one. .exe files exist in C and C++. .class files exist in what there? Java. Point number one. Coming to the point number two. .exe files contains directly executable code, but whereas .class file contain bytecode. .class files contains what code here? Bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It's not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. That's what there? It is an intermediate code. Right. This is point number two. Here we have to identify. Point number three. All of you observe carefully. .exe file is a platform dependent file. It contains directly local operating system representations. So .exe file is a platform dependent file, or .exe files are platform dependent files. But whereas .class files, .class files are platform independent files. Class files are what? They're platform independent files. How can I specify this point here like this? No, observe carefully, all of you know. .exe file contains directly operating system representations. .exe file contains directly local operating system representations. But a .class files doesn't have local operating system representations. Neutral bytecode is available. So it's an independent of the all the operating systems. It's an independent to what there all the operating systems. That's why here we have to understand .class files are platform independent, but whereas .exe files are what there platform dependent. Understand it now. Next one is general knowledge point now. Awareness I'm telling to you. .exe files are providing lesser security for the data. So many reasons are available. .exe files are providing lesser security for the data. So many reasons are available. What are the reasons here I'm telling to you? Understand it now. When compared with Java, C programming language is a lesser secured programming language. Security is very less. In that way, we can conclude that .exe files are providing less security when compared with Java. Another direction. Listen carefully. In outside, if we observe this, viruses and its related content, majority of the viruses related softwares are provided in the form of .exe files. No virus related software is provided in the form of .class files. That's my point here. No virus related softwares are provided in the form of what their .class files. But every virus related softwares are provided in the form of like what their .exe file. Majority of the viruses no. So because of that reason also we can conclude that .exe files are providing less security for the data. So whereas .class files are providing very good security for the data, very good security for the data. That's now these are exactly the meaning of like what the differences between .exe file and what next one here no .class file. These are the differences here we have to identify clearly. Got or not? Right, sir. It's okay now. This is about like what another difference. One difference here we can identify clearly. Right, sir. That's okay, fine. Another point here, what I am telling to you regarding this, observe carefully. After completion of this particular point here, then the another fourth difference here we have to identify. The fourth one is what there. Say for example, operators are required. Sorry, pointers are required, not operators. Pointers are required in C and C++, but pointers are not required in Java. Pointers does not required inside the Java, are not required in Java, not available in Java. This is another point. Okay, put more concentration. What are the points here we are discussing there? Now try to understand it clearly. Pointers are required in C and C++, but pointers are not required in Java. Clear? All of you observe carefully. Before going to understand whether pointers are required or not required in C, C++, Java, before that, first we have to understand what is a pointer and what is the nature of the pointer, when they are recognized, when they are initialized. These points here we have to understand. After that, we will think why pointers are required in C, C++, and why pointers are not required in the case of Java. Later we will understand it. But first of all, we have to understand what is a pointer, what is the need of this pointer, what is the nature of the pointer. All the points here we are going to understand. Right, so now let's see this one. First of all, a simple definition for pointer. Very simple definition for pointer. Pointer is a variable. Pointer is a variable. In general, normal variables are able to store data. Int a is equal to 10 now. 10 is the data. The 10 data will be stored in a variable, normal variable. In general, variables are able to store data directly. But pointers are not like this. Pointer is a variable, it is able to store address locations of the data. Pointer is a variable, it is able to store address locations of the data. I'll forget my pointer or not. Pointers is a variable, it is able to store address locations of the data. Is that all of you getting it or not? That's okay, fine. All right, sir, it's okay. But how can we provide these pointer variables? How can we declare these pointer variables in a C programming language? If you observe this clearly. Okay, before that, one more point. Pointer is a variable, it's able to store address locations of the data structures. I want to give some more clarity. Data structures, where the data structures may be, where the data structures may be a variable, normal variable, or an array, maybe a normal variable or an array, or after this array, or a structure. In the case of C programming language, structures are available. It may be structure and so on. It may be anything. Understand it? The definition here once again. Pointer is a variable. It is able to store address locations of the data structures, where the data structures may be a variable or an array or a struct and so on. Or maybe I can say that, or another pointer variable. We can specify like this also. Another pointer variable. It may be another pointer variable also. Everybody understand my point clearly? It's okay, fine. This is clearly the meaning of like what there pointer variable. Okay, fine. We understood this point clearly. Next one is after that, after completion of this, how we are going to declare these pointer variables. How it is possible to declare these pointer variables? All of you understand it clearly. First of all, I have to take like what there into a is equal to 200. A is a variable, it has the data 200. Into star p as a representation of the pointer, declaration of the pointer. P is equal to ampersand a. Ampersand a is what their address location of the a. Address of a is assigned to what variable? P variable. Like this, some other code, whatever it may be. But this is the declaration and initialization of the pointer variable. Now see this one. So what is going to be happen here? When compiler compiles this in a section in a C programming language, automatically for a variable 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. For a variable 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. All of you now tell me why 2 bytes of memory? On the basis of what we find the 2 bytes of memory? Integer data. Integer will take 2 bytes of memory in the case of like what there C programming language. Okay, fine. Where the data 20 will be stored, that means 200 will be stored. 200 is the data, but its a starting address location is what there. Say for example 1010, and here we have taken it is a starting address location for A. Okay, all right, so this is going to be happen when we compile into A is equal to 200. When we compile into A is equal to 200, this is what exactly the thing here we have to follow. That's okay, fine. Next one is what there. When we compile this into star p, That means pointer variable. When we compile this, first of all, now here what we are saying that P variable is created. That P variable will have some memory. How much memory is required to store address locations? Up to that, that memory will be allocated. It's okay, fine. Next one is when compiler executes or compiler encounter this in a section, first it will calculate %a, that address of a, that will be assigned to what variable? P variable. 1010 value will be assigned to what variable? P variable. Now here we are getting like what there? 1010 value here we provided. Whenever we are providing value 1010, automatically P variable will refer this particular location. P variable is referring to this particular location. That's it. Physically we can represent like this. P is referring this location on the basis of this address value. This is what compiler is able to do in the case of C and C++. Right. Now here I'm giving clarity. In C and or maybe in general, pointer variables are recognized and initialized. In general, pointer variables are recognized and initialized at the time of compilation. Pointer variables are recognized and initialized at what time here? At the time of compilation. Right or not? So this is what exactly the nature or behavior of like what their pointer variable. Leave this punch here. Then I have a question. What about my question here? Alright, sir. My point is what there? Why pointer variables are not existed in Java? Why the Java does not allow these pointer variables? What is the problem here? Why do pointer variables not exist in Java? Right, so now this is a question here we have to understand. All right, now I'll give some reasons here. Inside these reasons here we can understand pointer variables are not suitable in the case of Java programming language, but at the same time they are suitable in the case of C and C++. If you say the point like what, pointer variable is not suitable in Java because of this reason, there we can understand directly because of the same reason pointer variables are required in the case of C and C++. But how? What points are available? Let's move on to the point here. The very first point. Tell me, at what time pointer variables are recognized and initialized? At the time of compilation. So the point is what? Pointer variables required static memory allocation. Memory allocation at compilation time is nothing but what there? Static memory allocation. Pointer variables required static memory allocation. But Java is following dynamic memory allocation. But Java is following what there? Dynamic memory allocation. Please recognize this. Pointer variables required static memory allocation, but Java is following what there? Dynamic memory allocation. Now tell me, C and C++ are following what? Static memory allocation. So pointers are suitable in where? C and C++. Pointers are not suitable where? Java. Reasons here we have to understand. Good. Number 2. Same point in a different direction. Pointer variables are supported by the programming languages. Pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages. Static programming languages. Pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages because of the previous reason. Because of what their previous reason. But Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Pointer variables are very much suitable in the platform dependent programming languages. Pointer variables are very much suitable in the platform dependent programming languages. But Java is what there? But Java is what there is a platform independent programming language. But Java is what there? A platform independent programming language. Because of this reason also pointers are not suitable in the case of like what there Java. But now tell me, C and C++ are what? C and C++ are what? Platform dependent programming languages. So pointers are suitable in platform dependent programming languages like what there? C and C++. But Java is what there? Platform independent. I want to give just some explanation for this point here. Try to understand this point now. Some explanation. Maybe interviewer may ask. First two questions are very common. That answers are sufficient. But if you say this point, pointers are very much suitable in the platform dependent programming languages, and but Java is following. Java is a platform independent programming language. If you provide this data, immediately interviewer will ask the question why pointers are suitable in platform dependent, why they are not suitable in the case of platform independent programming language. Tell me some internal content. Okay, a minute. All right, sir. Now all of you understand it clearly. Simple example. Everybody, simple example. For example, now we are in the classroom. Listen carefully, guys. Now in this classroom, Durgasoft, if you observe this, we have the number of classrooms in the same building, in this Maitrivanam building. One classroom, that main office, head office, and some other classrooms at second floor. And at fourth floor, we are having almost all 3 classrooms. And at fifth floor, now this is one of the classroom. Overall 3 classrooms are available. Okay. For example, on one Sunday, I given some extra class in the sense like what there 4 hours class I planned. First 2 hours of class I have taken the same classroom. First 2 hours of time I have taken in the same classroom. Next 2 hours of time I changed my classroom there to 4th floor in some other classroom. Understand the point I'm telling there? Listen carefully. For every student I given some chair number. First 2 hours of time we are coming here. Number of chairs are available. Sitting arrangement here we provided. For every student we assign a particular chair number. Sir, got it or not? So this is chair 1, chair 2, chair 3 like this. Our sitting arrangement here we provided on the basis of the roll numbers, for example. First 2 hours of time comfortable they sat here in the same respective chair number, in the respective chair they might be sat there, then the class is completed. 2 hours of time is completed. Sir, got it done? 2 hours of time is completed. Okay. This is core Java class. First 2 hours of time we completed. Next Oracle class. Next 2 hours of time is what there? Oracle class. That is not in the same 5th floor. That is available at what there? 4th floor. Understand it now? For example, in the core Java class, in the first 2 hours of time, roll number 5. For this roll number 5, we provided the sitting arrangement is what there? 25th chair. Chair number 25th for roll number 5. Even we are not following roll number 1, first chair, roll number 2, second chair, not like this. Randomly I've given that arrangement. Why? Because they are not sitting in a serial mode. The girls are sitting at one side, boys are sitting at other side now. Understand it clearly? So that numbers wise, that no serial numbering content here, just randomly we provided some number. Okay. Right, sir. Roll number 5 student sat at 25th chair in the core Java class. When I changed this classroom to like what there, some other Oracle class is going on. You have to attend for Oracle class. Now here my content is why. My question is what there. when we change the classroom in the another classroom, do you have any guarantee for the roll number 5 the same 25th chair must be available? Do you have any guarantee of it that 25th chair is available for the student 5? This is in core Java. In core Java classroom we provided this one. I get my point or not? But in another classroom the 25th chair may not be available, or maybe unfortunately the chair is available but the chair was taken by trainer faculty. For you the chair may not be available, or maybe some other person might be taking that chair, the 25th chair. Will you get any guarantee of it? Understand my point here? So in core Java class, roll number 5 student sat at the 25th chair. When the classroom is changed there, do you have any guarantee the same student is going to sit in the same 25th chair? No. Yes, sir. Are you getting my question there? There is no guarantee for it now. So if there is no guarantee for it now, automatically we are against to the rules and regulations or not? There is no guarantee of getting the same 25th chair for the student 5, roll number 5. In core Java class, he sat like that. Initially, he sat here like this, roll number 5, 25th chair. But when we change the classroom there is no guarantee of getting the same 25th chair for this roll number 5. Understand the point what I'm telling you? Similarly, understand our technical point I'm telling there. Keep this example in our mind. Similarly, what's the point I'm telling? No? Okay, in the same example, another case I'm telling there, case number 2. For example, first 2 hours at time students have sat in the same classroom. Student number 5, roll number 5, 25th chair. Actual situation is what there, we have to change the classroom for Oracle class. Unfortunately, Oracle faculty wants to take the class in the same 5th floor, in the same classroom. They want to take Oracle batch in the same classroom. I get my point now. If the same second session is also be going in the same classroom, now there is a guarantee for roll number 5, 25th chair or not? Now this time there is a guarantee for it. But when we change the classroom, there is no guarantee for 25th chair for the student number 5. Keep this example in our mind. Now understand the point here. See this. What is platform dependent programming language? Same operating system for compilation and for execution. Means that same computer for compilation and for execution. This is case number 1. Understand it. For example, for 2 minutes of time, assume it, pointers are available in Java. Assume it, pointers are available in Java or maybe C programming language. Okay, no problem. When we compile our C program, pointer variable is available. Pointer variable is having address location 1010 in compilation. If we provide the same operating system, same computer for the execution at runtime, the same pointer variable is referring what the 1010. There is a guarantee that 1010 location is available where the data is available. That is referred by pointer variable. Now pointer can do some manipulation with the data. If it is what same operating system, same mission, if we provide for what there execution and compilation. So do you get any problem here? Will you get any problem in this mode? Same operating system for compilation and execution. At compilation time, pointer variable is getting 1010 memory location. Same 1010 memory location will be applied for pointer variable at runtime also. When we provide the same computer and same operating system. Am I right or not? No response, guys. Are you following the point what I am telling to you? I don't know what is the reason why. Some people are seriously looking on my face now. I'm teaching Java only. I'm not teaching any rocket science and other technologies. Java only, the simple point I'm telling to you. Don't be serious on me now. I'm here to teach Java only, not for giving any other information. Please listen, try to listen carefully. The point I'm trying to simulate, try to understand it now. What's the point I said to you know? C is a platform dependent programming language. Platform dependent programming language in the sense for compilation, for execution, same operating system. Means that same computer. Assume it, one pointer variable I declared in C program. At compilation time, its memory is allocated. Pointer variable is referring 1010 memory location for pointer variable. I'm able to use the same operating system for execution. Once it is the same system and same operating system, the same pointer variable, what it has the memory location at compilation time, the same memory location is assigned for the variable at runtime also. At compilation time, what it is assigned, same is available for the pointer variable at runtime. Now here it is a guaranteed one. That's why pointers are comfortable in the case of what they platform dependent programming language. Pointers are suitable in the case of what their platform dependent programming language. This case is almost equal to first 2 sessions, first 2 hours of session in the fifth floor classroom 505. Next 2 sessions are also in the same classroom. So a student roll number 5 is having guarantee of getting that 25th chair at compilation which is assigned at runtime is also available. At other session also it is available. Then there is a guarantee. Got my point or not? So pointers are very much comfortable or very much clear in the case of what the platform dependent programming languages like what they C and C++. But coming to the platform independent programming language. Coming to the platform independent programming language, all of you understand it clearly. What is platform independent programming language? In a simple words, what is platform independent programming language? Compilation is on one operating system, execution is on another operating system. That means compilation is on one computer, execution is on what there? Another computer. Assume it. Next 5 minutes of time, assume it, pointers are available in Java. Pointers are available in Java for discussion purpose. Pointers are exist in Java. Good, nice. When pointers are available in Java, Java is a platform independent programming language. We can compile Java program in one operating system. We can execute the same Java program in another operating system. Let's observe this. Let's understand it. A pointer variable I've taken in Java program. When I compile my Java program, at a compilation, at what there? Compilation, my pointer variable is having the location 1010 in the computer 1. In compilation, in computer 1, pointer variable P is having the location 1010. Completed. My compilation is completed. When my compilation is completed, all of you understand it clearly. When the compilation is completed here, listen carefully. When the compilation is completed, as platform independent programming language, I have to change my operating system or not? I have to change my computer or not? Definitely. I have to change my operating system. I have to change the computer. Okay, I'll go to computer 2. In the computer 2, whatever the program we compiled here, dot class files are generated. I copied the dot class file to the another computer in another operating system. I'm trying to execute the program. But inside the dot class file, pointer variable is available, which has the memory location 1010 in computer 1. When I copy the dot class file to other system, when I'm trying to execute the program in other system, other computer, the pointer variable is still referring the 1010 memory allocation or not. But when we change the computer, do you get any guarantee of assigning 1010 memory location for this pointer variable, which was assigned at compilation time for pointer variable in computer 1? In computer 1, it is available. That is assigned here. At runtime, we are not doing the same at we are not doing execution at the same computer. We are doing that execution at what their other computer. In other computer, do you give any guarantee for it that pointer variable is going to refer again the same 1010? That 1010 location may have some system softwares. Some system softwares may be available, or 1010 location is already filled with some other data. Then there is no guarantee of getting same allocation for this pointer variable. Now, understand my point here. So, if it is a case now, automatically we are going to lose our data or not? Automatically we are going to lose our data or not? So, because of that reason, pointer variables are not suitable, not comfortable in the case of what they platform independent programming languages. This is almost all I'm giving clarity. After 2 hours of session, Oracle class will start there. If the Oracle class is going in at some other classroom, do you get any student with the roll number 5 is having the same 25th chair? No chances of getting it now. Here also be no chances of getting what there the same location for the pointer variable at runtime. So because of that reason, pointer variables are not suitable. Pointer variables are not suitable in a platform independent programming language. Sir, if you're following or not? So see, understanding concept is very, very important. In 2 ways we can learn the programming languages. One is what their syntax program, that is one basis. Second one is what their reasons. For every point we have to understand the reasons. It's very simple to say that pointers are good in C, pointers are not possible in Java. The statement is okay, good. But if interviewer is asking the question, how can you say like this? How can you say pointers are good in C programming language, Pointers are not good in Java. How can you say like this? If the interviewer is asking that reason there, you should be in a position to tell all these points. No, this is one of the reason of these pointers which are not suitable in a platform independent programming language. Like this, so many reasons are available, but this information is convincible. This information is sufficient to talk with our interviewer about this particular topic. Right, sir, leave this point here. This is completed. Next one, all of you observe carefully. Fourth one is what there? Pointer variables will provide lesser security. Pointer variables will provide what there? Lesser security. But Java is a very good secure programming language. But Java is a very good secure programming language. Because of this reason also, pointers are not suitable in the case of Java. Simple point, I'm telling you. In multiple directions, we can give the point about it. Point number one. What pointers are referring? Now tell me. What pointers are storing? Address locations of the data. It is able to store what there? Address location of the data. Pointer variables are able to store address location of the data. That's okay, fine. Once the pointer variables are providing address location of the data, if we catch that pointer variable value, we can get the data, address location of the data or not. Once we find the address location of the data, anything we can do. Anything we can do. Then it's very simple to introduce viruses. It's very simple to modify the data which is available in this respective address location. So automatically we can conclude that security is very less in the case of what there? C and C++. That means in the case of pointer variable. Why? Because pointers are representing directly the locations of the data. Understand the point here, what I'm telling you now. This is one reason. Second reason, security point of view, C and C++ are less when compared with Java. In the point of security, no, very less in the case of C and C++ when compared with Java. What is the reason for it? No, because of the concepts like pointers. Because of the features like what there? Pointers. Pointers are representing directly locations of the data. If we catch the location, anything we can do with our data. That's it. That's the point here I'm telling you. But Java is what there? Very good secure programming language. In Java, no manipulation is available with the address locations. Address locations are not going to be represented in the case of Java. Even though reference variables are available, even though objects are created, but object reference variables are available, but still they are not using address locations to refer the data. They are using their own convention, its own convention in the case of Java to represent the content. I will give that information also, don't worry for it. But the point is what there? Pointer variables will provide less security, but Java is a very good secure programming language. So it should not be allowed, the pointers must not be allowed inside the Java. Why? Because pointers are totally against to what their Java programming language. That's it. Now see one more time all the reasons. Can know. First one is what they now tell me why pointers are not possible in the case of Java. That's the question. Pointer variables require static memory allocation, but Java is following what? Dynamic memory allocation. Pointer variables are supported by the static programming languages, but Java is a what there? Dynamic programming language. Pointer variables are very much suitable in the platform dependent programming languages, but Java is a platform independent programming language. Next one is what there? Pointer variables will provide less security, but Java is very good secure programming language. Because of these reasons, the pointers are not suitable in the case of Java programming language, but which are suitable in the case of what there? C and C++. Okay, even if you give this much of answer to that interviewer will ask one more question. First question, pointers are possible or not possible in Java? Obviously, we are able to say what there? No, not possible. Tell me what are the reasons why pointers are not possible in Java? These 4 or 5 reasons here we can give directly. Even after giving this much of answers, after giving this much of information, still interviewer will ask one more question on the basis of this. What is that question here now? Listen carefully. The question would be like what there? In the case of Java, we may write the classes. In the case of Java, we are able to write the classes. class A. In the case of Java, we are able to write what their classes. When we create object for A small a is equal to new A. Tell me, sir, we are creating object for class A. When we create an object for class A, object is nothing but block of memory. Object is not any other one. Object is what there? A block of memory. Block of memory is created. That block of memory is referred by a variable. That variable is what there? A variable. A variable is referring the block of memory. A variable is referring that block of memory. So in the case of C and C++, a variable is a referring block of memory. In Java, so this variable is called as what their pointer variable in C and C++. In Java also, when we create an object for the class K, automatically a variable is referring block of memory. Automatically a variable is referring a block of memory. Understand my point here? A variable is referring what their block of memory. So why we are not going to call it as a pointer variable? How can you say that pointer variables are not possible in the case of Java? In C and C++, a variable is referring block of memory. So it is a pointer variable. In the case of Java also, when we create an object, automatically a variable is referring a block of memory. So how can you say that pointers are not available in Java? And how can we say that pointers are not possible in the case of Java? Why don't we call it as a pointer variable? Why don't we call it as a pointer variable? And how can we say that pointer variables are not available in the case of the Java? Now in this way, interviewer will ask this question. Interview will ask this question like this. Is it all of you following or not? Right. Now here we have to understand the point clearly. So if you want to see indirectly, what is the question I'm asking there? In the case of C and C++, this is what their pointer variable. But in the case of Java, this is what their reference variable. In Java, this variable is called as what their reference variable. In the case of Java, this is what their reference variable. Indirectly, I'm asking the question, what is the difference between pointer variable and reference variable? Now I'm asking the question, what is the difference between pointer variable and reference variable? This is a question here. So if you want to answer the difference between pointer variable and reference variable, first we have to understand how reference variables are created in Java. How reference variables are created in Java. First we have to understand that. After that we will compare pointer variable with the reference variable. First we have to understand in which way or maybe what is the process of creating reference variables in Java. Is that all of you okay or not? Now see this one. Next up, 5 to 10 minutes of time. The topic is important. Try to understand it clearly. Try to put more concentration. Right. For example, class A. Inside this class A, we have members. Some members are available. Class A. Then after that, here we are creating object for class A. A small a is equal to new A. In Java, who is going to execute our instructions now? One person will execute our code. Who is that person there? Come on, who will execute Java code? JVM will execute our Java code. In Java, we are going to use a block of memory. The memory management system in the case of Java is what there? Heap memory management system. Simply I'm telling there heap memory. This is what there? Heap memory. Mr. Gardner, this is what there? Heap memory. To control this total heap memory, one person is assigned. To control this total heap memory, one person is assigned. Who is this person actually? That person is like what there? Heap manager. Yes, sir. One person is assigned to control this entire heap memory. That person is what there? Heap manager. So here we have JVM, and here we are having what there? Heap manager. JVM will execute our code. Heap manager will create the objects as per the JVM requirement. Right. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? Points are very simple. Again, yesterday also I given intimation. Today also I am giving information to you. Outside environment is very cool, going on good, but don't sleep inside the classroom. I am teaching Java for you only, not for the sake of any God or any other person here. So in front of me, if you are sleeping and to whom I have to discuss the subject, no. It's not like single person. Almost half of the class is sleeping. Can I ask one question to you? Not related to subject, general knowledge question. I think some of you are already aware about it. As again, I'm asking that. Who is great, mother or teacher? Mother or teacher? Those who are already aware about it, keep quiet. Don't reveal the answer. Mother or teacher? Mother. Yes, good. All of you, please respond for me. Mother or teacher? Mother only. Why? Because she is the mother, right? Even for everybody, she is the mother, right? Definitely, always mother is great. But as a teacher, I'm saying that teacher is great. Teacher is great. I'm saying that. What is the reason why? Reason I'm telling to you. Mother can create sleep for only one her child, but teacher can create sleep for. Then who is great now? Already today you are proving that. For the entire class, teacher can create sleeping, right? Java is sleeping, no? All right, sir. Are yaar, the leading programming language in outside is Java only. But you are saying that Java is creating sleeping. No? If Java is creating sleeping, no, James Gosling has to sleep. When James Gosling is sleeping there, Java is not like this. All right, sir. Good. If Java is creating sleeping, no, think of it. If Java application is going on in a bank application, in a bank, what about the situation for bank employees? No, they're also sleeping. How they're performing transactions and all. Huh? Right. When we go for a bank for withdrawal, some amount there, 10,000 you want to withdraw, they're in sleeping. How much they're able to provide for you? Instead of 10,000, no, they will less one zero. How much you are able to get? 1,000 you are able to get. So Java is not creating sleeping now. Unfortunately, you are sleeping while learning Java. That's a problem. Okay. Anyway, sir, good. Final conclusion I'm telling to you. Don't sleep inside the class. Just it's a matter of 1 hour 20 minutes class. Within 1 hour 20 minutes class, if you're sleeping now, I have to discuss like this only continuously. And moreover, I have a bad habituation. If anybody is sleeping in front of me, automatically I'm getting sleeping. That's a problem. That's a bad habit with me. So just imagine it while sleeping, teaching Java. In place of Java, I may say C programming language. In place of C, I may say C++ programming language. Automatically, entire content will be reversed. It's not like this. Otherwise, tomorrow onwards, try to bring some chocolates inside the class now. Otherwise, I'll provide chocolates. I don't have any problem there. Right. So, okay. Now coming to the point. See. Now tell me where we are now. JVM heap manager. JVM is what? Executing Java program. Heap manager is what? Controlling the total heap memory. Controlling heap memory is what there? Controlling heap memory is what there? Creating objects as per the JVM requirements. Got it or not? All right, sir. Now here, understand 2 minutes of time. Everybody understand these points here. Some internal flow here I'm going to discuss with you. Try to understand it. If we observe this object creation statement, what is that object creation statement here? A small a is equal to new a constructor. This is called as a constructor. Class name parenthesis is called as what there? Constructor. In this entire statement, new is available or not? New is available or not? This is a keyword in Java. This keyword has the functionality of creating object. No other keyword is having functionality of creating object. Only one keyword is having functionality of creating. Say for example, int a is equal to 10. For a variable, 2 bytes of memory is allocated or not? Who is giving that information to the execution engine to assign 2 bytes of memory? On the basis of what 2 bytes of memory is created? On the basis of int keyword has some internal functionality. That functionality is giving information to the JVM, create 2 bytes of memory. Similarly, new is a keyword. It has the internal functionality of creating object. All right. Now the point is what? When JVM encounter this intersection, all of you observe carefully. When JVM encounter this new keyword, especially when JVM is executing this particular intersection, directly when JVM execute this one or this entire line, observe carefully. Then immediately what happened there? In this case, no, JVM will send a request to the heap manager about to create an object for the class A requirement. When JVM executes that new keyword, immediately what JVM is doing there? JVM is requesting to the heap manager. What it is giving request there? Please try to create an object for the application requirement, JVM requirement. Then immediately what heap manager will do here? In this case, no, immediately heap manager will search for the required block of memory. Heap manager will search for the required block of memory. If the required block of memory is available here, immediately heap manager will create a block of memory. Immediately heap manager will create a block of memory. Now the block of memory which is created in heap memory by the heap manager, that block of memory is called as what there? An object. The block of memory is called as what there? An object. Now object is created. Remember this point here. Now tell me, in Java application, how many objects are going to be created? How many objects are possible? Do you think about it? Only one object is created for the entire application. In Java application, how many objects are going to be created? Any number of objects here we can get. That depends on our application requirement. As per the application requirement, how many number of objects we want to create, that we can create that many number of objects here. We don't have any limitation on number of objects. It's totally depending on the number of application requirement. Okay, fine. More number of objects here we are creating. For example, when we create more number of objects, when we create more and more number of objects, then for every object we need some identity or not? Once we are creating multi, see, you're all members sitting in front of me. If I want to call individually, I need your identity or not? With your identity one I can access or not? Same way, multiple objects are available in the heap memory, but if you want to access data from an object, or if you want to store some data into the object, where each and every object must have some identity or not? Yes, definitely identity is required. When object is created, whenever object is created in a heap memory, automatically heap manager will provide an unique identity for this object. Heap manager will provide an unique identity for this object automatically. That identity may be like what there? 1 2 3 4 5, for example, in the form of an integer value. For example, in the form of an integer value, identity was provided. This identity, unique identity for each and every object, is called hash code of the object. That unique identity is what there? Hash code of the object. Now here we are getting what value? Hash code value here we are getting. When hash code value is created, that hash code value will be taken by heap manager. Heap manager will send that hash code value to JVM. Heap manager will send the hash code value to JVM. Observe carefully. The hash code value will be provided to the JVM. Now here, what JVM is able to do here? When hash code value is provided to the JVM, what JVM is able to do now? 1 2 3 4 5. Now JVM will convert this hash code value to its hexadecimal form. JVM will convert its hash code value to its hexadecimal form. All right, sir. Now here, hexadecimal form of hash code is created. AB56, for example. When hexadecimal form of hash code is created here, That hexadecimal form of hash code is called as what there? Reference value. Hexadecimal form of the hash code is called as what there? Reference value. Reference value is created clearly. When reference value is created, that reference value will be assigned to a variable. The reference value will be assigned to a variable. So now this variable is called reference variable. This variable is called reference variable. This variable is called as what there? Reference variable. All of you observe carefully. What's the point here I'm telling to you now? Once again I'm repeating to you. Now try to understand it clearly. When JVM executes new keyword, immediately JVM will send a request to the heap manager about to create an object. Heap manager will accept that request. Heap manager will search for the required block of memory. When required block of memory is available, it will assign that block of memory for the JVM requirement. The block of memory which is assigned by the JVM is called as what there? An object. Block of memory which is created inside heap memory is called as what there? An object. Object is not any other one. Object is a block of memory. That's it. Where data will be stored and data will be retrieved and data will be updated. All right. When an object is created, automatically an unique identity will be created inside the heap manager, inside the heap memory for this object. That unique identity is provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. That integer value is called as what there? Hash code. When a hash code value is created, that hash code value will be taken by heap manager that will be provided to the JVM. Now JVM is converting this hash code value to its hexadecimal form. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as what there? Reference value of the object. When reference value of the object is created, that reference value will be assigned to a variable. That variable is called as what there? Reference variable. Is clear? All of you are getting clarity on this point now? Now understand the point clearly. What I am telling to you, all of you understand it clearly. Reference variable we understood. Here pointer variable we understood. Pointer variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing address value, address location. But a reference variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. Here in the diagram, here I'm able to specify clearly. We can understand it now. Here reference variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. What is this object reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code. What is this hash code actually? It's an unique identity provided for each and every object in the form of an integer value. Hash code is an integer value, not address location. Reference value is a hexadecimal form of hash code, not address location. Reference variable is able to store reference value, not address location. So a variable is referring a block of memory by storing reference value of the object. But in the case of C and C++, a variable is referring a block of memory by storing address locations. What or not? So have you understood the difference between pointer variable and reference variable or not? Pointer variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing address location, but reference variable is able to refer a block of memory by storing object reference value. So pointer variable is different, reference variable is different. Both are not same, but both are available in two different languages directly. Right, so now this is exactly the point here I'm telling you. Now try to recognize this clearly. Now here I want to give some points here. Now try to understand it. Here I'm going to give some interview question here. What is that question here? I'm telling to you. What are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? What are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? This is clearly the point here we have to understand clearly. Now observe carefully. Pointer variables are available in a C and C++, but reference variables are available in Java. First point. Number two, pointer variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing address locations. But whereas reference variables are able to refer a block of memory, that is object, by storing its reference value. By storing what their reference value. Okay. Where the reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code. Where reference value is a hexadecimal form of hash code. Okay. Where the hash code is an unique identity provided by the heap manager in the form of an integer value. In the form of like what there? An integer value. So it's not like any address location. That's okay. This is point number 2. Point number 3. Pointer variables are required. Pointer variables requires static memory allocation and which are supported by static programming languages and platform dependent programming languages. These are about like what there? Platform, that means pointer variables. Next one is what there? Reference variables are requires dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation. Reference variables require dynamic memory allocation and which are supported by the dynamic programming languages and the platform independent programming languages. Right, sir. These are mainly the differences here we have to identify clearly. Right, sir. Overall, 3 differences are given. Pointer variables are existed in C and C++. Reference variables are existed in Java. Pointer variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing address locations. Reference variables are able to refer a block of memory, that is object, by storing its reference value. Where the reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code, where the hash code is an unique identity provided by the heap manager in the form of an integer value. Pointer variables are require static memory allocation and which are supported by the static programming languages and platform dependent programming languages. Reference variables are required dynamic memory allocation and which are supported by the dynamic programming languages and the platform independent programming languages. Then I given a diagram here, then where how pointer variable is generated and how reference variable is generated. All the points here we understood clearly. Right, so now this is another difference about like what the pointer variables and what next one here now reference variables. Right, so now this point is completed, we can understand clearly. After this, after completion of this particular point here, next one is almost all 4 differences here we completed here. The next one is what the 5th one, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. That's it. So I want to discuss this topic on tomorrow. When 5 minutes of time is there, then it's not sufficient for us even to give introduction part now. So tomorrow I'll complete it. Tomorrow if I complete this, then I'll go for small points. Up to 5 are main points now. Then next 4 more points are available. They're simple points only. Easily we are able to understand very soon, right? One class is sufficient to complete the remaining points there. Then after that I will start what there Java features. The topic is what there Java features I'm going to discuss with you. It's okay. So tomorrow I will take this content here. Tomorrow we are going to see the content. And today is what the Thursday. Am I right? And Friday, Saturday. Up to this Saturday we have session. On Sunday anyway it's a gap. Sunday again Monday onwards I'll continue the classes now. Right, as usual the same schedule is going to be happen. But please remember this, all of you know, after 40 to 45 days of time I need to take your class at what time there? 10 to 11:30. Already given this information to all of you know. Please remember this. After up to 40 days of time, I will take these sessions here. After that, 10 to 11:30 classes I am going to take. Those who are going to join with the packages now, please remember this. Schedule is very clear. 11:30 to 1 o'clock, I'm planning to take advanced Java classes. In the middle of the core Java, once the basic concepts are completed in core Java, parallelly, I need to start advanced Java. That advanced Java timing is also be very clear. At what time I'm going to start advanced Java class now? 11:30 to 1. So just please assign time for me 8:30 to 1 o'clock. If you're in packages now, 8:30 to 1 o'clock. This 8:30 to 10 o'clock class is going in 40 days of time only. After that, permanently we are going to have the sessions 10 to 1. 10 to 11:30 core Java, 11:30 to 1 is what the advanced Java. The remaining total Java classes I'm going to take in these two timings only. 10 to 11:30, 11:30 to 1, these two slots for what there? Java. Remaining courses we can plan in the remaining slots. Morning two more slots are going to be available for you. We can start remaining courses here. Or else at evening also we might be some courses are going to be started there. At evening also we can join for it, but depending on your requirement. Understand it clearly. So aligning with the Java, you can start immediately. Means that you're eligible to start for which courses there. Oracle we can start. I think Oracle schedule will come very soon. I'll give some schedule for Oracle. Oracle UI technologies we can start. UI technologies, basic UI technologies we can start as per the schedules now. Next one is the DevOps we can start there. Those are in full stack Java. DevOps classes also we can start. But depending on your situation here, I'm telling there, even immediately if the courses are not available, no need to worry for it. After 40 days of time, this slot is free, 8:30 to 10 o'clock. There we can utilize for some other courses. Understand my point? 7 to 8:30, 8:30 to 10, we can utilize for what there, other courses there. We can use for it. But 10 to 1 o'clock slot is for the sake of what there, Java. That I will take the classes now. Maybe if it is a full stack Java, already given intimation to you, 7 to 8 months of time I'm going to take now. Up to 7 to 8 months of time, the two slots here, we are going to be engaged with me. We are going to have some content, Java content only. Core Java, Advanced Java. Next, Spring Hibernate. Next, Spring Boot microservices, web services. At 3 levels, I'm going to finish your entire content now. That's a plan. What I'm having there about these classes now. Okay, right. So that's all for today. Then tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, guys. Then reference books are not required, sir. Whatever the content I'm giving here, that will be fine. That more content here we are able to use. Yeah, Nikita ma'am. Then I'll give the dates also. Don't worry for it. It's like for the September, October, November. No, minimum 3 to 3.5 months of time. Minimum I need to take to complete your core Java. Then only it's possible. Otherwise, it's not possible then. Okay. Yeah, minimum three to three to see minimum this much of time I require now. Then only we are able to complete it. Okay. Don't worry. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.